God. Ask God.
Hi, this is Dave. When I look at AliExpress and Alibaba, I see Ma and Pa Trading Company, I see Ma and Pa Import-Export Company, I see Ma and Pa Store, and I see Ma and Pa Medical Device Company. I'm just making up these names. But Ma and Pa Medical Device Company looks like a factory. The others do not. Do you avoid, or do you only work with factories on the theory that the factory price will be the best that you can get? Do you ever ignore the trading companies and these other alternatives? That's my first question. Second question is regarding custom fees and import duties. Let's say I order something from Alibaba and I pay $35 or so to DHL when I order from Alibaba. Does that cover the customs fees? When does anyone communicate with me when the custom fees are due? Or is that just done automatically? I'm curious about the how and the when people communicate with me and collect the customs and duties fees. Third question is e-packet. I understand some of these companies offer free shipping from China using e-packet, and my understanding is it's subsidized by the U.S. Postal Service and the Chinese government. Sure sounds tempting. Do you have any experience with e-packet? And if I use e-packet, will duties and customs fees be a problem? Thank you.
Hey, Dave, thanks so much for the questions, and I'm going to go ahead and do my best to answer them. The very first question is, it has to do with like, should I buy from a wholesaler or not so much a factory direct? I think that's the question that I'm understanding it, and I don't really put a ton of thought really into that. I got to be honest. Again, because when I went down the path of finding a supplier, I was just trying to find a specific product that I could private label. Period. So I didn't even really entertain looking at places that didn't private label. I wanted to know that I could private label a product. If you're going to like AliExpress, you might find wholesalers there as well. A lot of times wholesalers, they still have another division or another part of their company that will allow you to private label. So again, this has to do with communications though. You have to reach out and talk to these people. And that's really where the relationship is going to start. You're going to start seeing what you can offer, what they do allow you to customize and what they don't, all of that stuff. So I don't really have a preference. I just really go after what I'm looking for, and then I try to find a supplier or a manufacturer, and then from there we can go ahead and dig down a little bit deeper. And the second question that you asked about customs fees, as far as like who takes care of that, well, it depends on who you use. If you're using like DHL, that's the only one I can really tell you how they handle it. Or if you use a freight forwarder, they're usually going to handle it. But really, as far as payment goes, the way it works with DHL, at least right now, for me anyway, it's like $100 or less. They will still deliver the product, and then they'll just bill you, once the order has been delivered and all that stuff, and then you'll get a bill in the mail that'll say you owe $100. Now, if it's over $100, if it's $101, they will basically not not deliver the item. You will receive a phone call, and it will basically say an automated message. Hi, this is so and so from DHL. You have an order that needs to be paid, or customs need to be paid before we deliver. Could you call 1-800 right? So they give you that information. You got to either call or you can go online. They'll give you an online. They usually give you a website, and then from there you pay that way bill. They call it a way bill, and then from there, once you pay that, it gets released and then it'll be shipped. But that's really how that process works for DHL. That is, for other companies, I'm not sure because I haven't used them, but I'm sure that they're probably similar. But DHL does handle all of the customs work for you. You just have to pay them. They're going to pay it on your behalf up to $100. And to answer your third question, as far as like e-packet, or any of those other services. EMS, I think, is another one. All of those other services. I don't know how they work, but I'm going to imagine that they probably work similar, where they may collect for you, or you may have to pay them before they release it. That may be it, but they'll probably handle it for you, but I can't say for sure because I haven't used them. But when it says free shipping, it's free shipping cost is probably what they're saying is they're going to ship it to you for free, right? But you're going to have to pay the customs fees. They're not going to pay because you don't know what the customs fees are, because depending on your product and the code that is used on your product, there's a certain code that your supplier will know, and you should probably ask this question before you even do anything, so you kind of have a heads up as to what the percentage would be, because different products have different codes. If you're selling kitchen goods, they might be different than if you're selling something that has a rubber substance to it, for example. And then from there, it's customed, or it's the customs are different on that particular type of product. So they're not going to be able to say, yeah, we'll cover that, because they're not going to really know what that cost is either. So I would be careful with that, but I would also probably do some type of test order. So this way here, you can kind of go through the process without having this humongous order. And then that way there, you can kind of see exactly how they do handle that type of stuff. The other thing is reach out to these places and call them. I mean, if it's an international type, shipper, then they're going to be able to tell you and kind of walk you through. They'll have a customs department most likely. So I would call them, get someone on the phone, and then get their feedback on that and kind of like what to expect and kind of what you have to do. You may even be able to set up your own account to where then they'll just bill your card or whatever. Now I know with DHL, they will allow you to set up your own business account, but with doing that, it requires a lot more stuff on your end, a lot more, proof of a business location and all of that stuff. So I personally don't go down that route. I just basically do it as though I'm using the supplier's shipping, their account. And then from there, I just pay the customs fees. And that goes to me because it's coming to me. So then my address will be on there, and then they know that I'm in the US, so I'm going to pay those fees. And I started to fill out the paperwork to be a DHL, like have my own account. And it was just so much information. It was like I was going through for a mortgage. And I just said, it's not worth it. So I'll just pay the bill on my credit card when it comes through, when I get a notification. So it might delay me a day because it's going to, sit in their warehouse for a day, but they want to get it to you as bad as you want to get it. I'm saying DHL because they want to get it out of their warehouses and stuff. So they're going to call you, they'll email you, and they'll even send a letter in the mail, a bill in the mail that you can pay. But I like to, I'll get a phone call and I like to just pay it online. And it's literally really simple. With DHL, they have a site, it's like dhlpayment.com or something. That might not be it, so don't go looking for that. But they'll give it to you. And then from there, you can just go on there, find your way bill. And then from there, you take that number, the way bill number, you punch it in there, and it'll tell you exactly what you owe. And you can pay right there with your credit card. And that's literally what I do. So I hope that's helped you. Again, those are great questions, but depending on who you're using for a shipper, that is going to vary depending, because I don't have any experience with that, so I can't really help you with that particular exact thing with like ePacket or EMS or any of those. If you guys want to submit a question, head over to theamazingseller.com/ask, and you can do that. I want to also, again, remind you guys, if you're brand new and this is your first time to the show, I want to welcome you. I love hanging out with you guys. This is just awesome to be able to virtually connect like this. And that's why I love the Ask Scott sessions. But if you are brand new and you're just getting your feet wet and you don't understand the entire process, the entire business model, I would recommend attending one of my live free workshops. This is where I break it down for you in 5 phases: how to pick a market and a product, how to source it, how to do a pre-launch, how to do a launch, how to promote the product, and everything in between. We go over that on a workshop, and we go through every single thing. We also do live Q&A. So if you want to attend one of them, I would love to invite you to the next one, and you can register for the next one by heading over to theamazingseller.com/workshop, and you can register there for an upcoming workshop. Well, hey there. Thank you so much for listening to that episode of Ask Scott. Now, that was just a highlight from one of our full episodes where I generally answer 3 to 4 questions on a podcast.
If you want to go back and listen to all of the past archives of not just the Ask Scott session, but all of the full episodes where I do interviews with top Amazon sellers, people starting from scratch and building a business, if you want to listen to any of those episodes, head over to theamazingseller.com and you can find all of that over there. You can also find details there on how you can ask your own question and get it aired on an upcoming Ask Scott session and possibly see it here on YouTube or just on the podcast. All right, so definitely head over to theamazingseller.com. There's tons of resources over there for you to be able to build your e-commerce and Amazon business, so definitely go check that out. Now, I just wanted to remind you one thing before I let you go. There's a lot of information out there, and some of it is really, really good. What I want you to remember is you have to not just consume the information, you have to actually apply that information. So take this information that you learned here today and apply it to your business, and this way here you can get results. As my shirt says, I wear it almost daily. Take action. We'll see you guys.